everyone and welcome back. My name is Becky and I am a knitter and an allotmenteer from the south coast of England. It's lovely to have you with me today. Just a little catch up really before I get started on a few projects that I've been working on. But I wanted to first of all send a massive thank you for your sympathies and your condolences over the loss of our Springer Spaniel Molly. We lost her at the beginning of January and yeah, it was expected. She was nearly 16 and yeah, things went downhill pretty quickly. So it was still really hard and a terrible loss for us all. But things have moved on since then and I haven't answered any of those comments and I apologise for that. But do rest assured that I did read every single one and yeah, it was really lovely to have all your messages. Since then you will have seen a little clip just before. We now have a new fur baby. So we have Harvey, who is our house rabbit. We would love another Springer, but our life has changed dramatically and dogs require an awful lot of time and attention and a lot of walking, and so we kind of felt that we couldn't give a dog the life that Molly had. So when Molly was a lot younger, she used to go to work with my partner and you know, his job has changed and so he isn't able to do that anymore. So when we're both working, it's not fair. However, we have now got Harvey and he is our house rabbit, so he is a free roam rabbit. He lives in the lounge. He has a pen that the door is always open apart from at night time when he is shut in for his own safety and also for the safety of our house, because you know, he's an adolescent. Sometimes he gets into a little bit of mischief, but he has settled in really well and it's so nice to have another furry friend in our house. So you will be seeing a lot more of him, I'm sure. He was very keen on the camera, so every time I put the camera up he was kind of like nose right in the lens, so needs a bit of training but I'm sure you'll be seeing quite a bit of him in the future as well. As you will have seen, the allotment has been going really well. That footage was actually filmed a few weeks ago now, so things have kind of shot up and I've got new things on the go. And I think what I'll do is I will do another short vlog a bit later on, just showing you a bit more of that. But the polytunnel's up, I've got bell peppers growing in there. The tomatoes will be planted in there as well. And so that's very, very exciting. So yeah. Anyway, I know you're probably all here for the knitting content, so I'm going to dip right in with finished objects. And my first finished object was the violet Waffles hat, and I made this for going up to the allotment. I can't remember what the yarn was because it was a while ago that I made this and I wanted something that I could chuck in the wash. So this is acrylic. It's a free pattern and it is by Haldora J. And it worked out really nicely. I've worn it loads up there, not so much now because obviously, you know, weather's warmed up, but it has been a really good little hat. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that. I think this yarn is actually made from recycled bottles, but yeah, sorry, I really can't remember the name. I'll pop it on the screen if I remember, or you can go back to my last podcast and I think I talk about it there. So that's one finished object, really quick knit. My second finished object are the Outfoxed Mitts by Erica Hooser. I think that's, I don't even know. I'll pop it on the screen. And I made these using Marina Skua's Mendip 4-ply. All her yarns are locally sourced from the Mendip Hills and naturally dyed. But yeah, I have finished my Outfoxed mitts and I'm so happy with these, and their tails go all the way around to the other side. So yeah, very, very happy. This yarn is gorgeous. The pattern was lovely to knit, so I recommend the pattern. It's a paid for pattern, you can get it on Ravelry. But yeah, I just love how these worked out. Beautiful, and I really like this detail around the edging. So yeah, loving those. So that's my second finished object. I think it's going to be a very quick Nitty podcast because I lost my mojo for a bit. I think I found it very difficult after Molly passed away to kind of be in the lounge on my own. And so I'd kind of busy myself, or I'd be up here in my room of requirement. And so I just didn't feel like knitting. So some of these projects have been done a while. I just haven't got round to actually showing you. So they are the only two finished objects that I have knitting wise to show you. I feel like my mojo is coming back, but yeah, I think the weather's been good. So I've been spending a lot of time in the garden and on the allotment. And obviously being a Morris dancer, the season has picked up. We had the 1st of May, so we were out dancing up the sun to welcome in the summer. So yeah, so it's been a bit more hectic lately, but I have got some whips on the go. So obviously I will show you those very shortly. Okay, so my last finished object isn't a knitting project. It's actually an embroidery project, and it's this little pear. How gorgeous is that? So this little pear is a pattern by Corinne Lapierre. I got these on Etsy, but she has actually got a little website. And yeah, it's just kind of some sort of applique freeform embroidery. So I did this little pear, and at the same time I wanted to try something else because, you know, you're paying for postage, so get something else. And it brings me on to my first work in progress. So I started this kit, which is the Wild Hair Applique Kit. I'm hoping that's not blowing out too much, you can see that. So in the kit you get the hoop, you get all the information you need, you get all the threads and everything. But as you can see, mine looks a little bit different to this. I kind of went a bit rogue. Haven't finished it yet. I added some beads, I started doing my own thing, and I'm really enjoying it. So this is what mine looks like. I'm so happy with that. So I've got some beads on his tail here, and yeah, it's a bit different. So I'm just doing some tulips up here as well. And I had some little offcuts of felt, so I decided that I would use those. So as you can see, they are quite a bit different, but you know, that's the nice thing about being creative. And yeah, I really like mine, I have to say. So I'm going to be finishing that, and this is going to go up here in my room of requirement. And I'm just going to obviously finish it by folding in those edges and backing it. So yeah, lots of bunnies today. Okay, what else have I got? I need to pop off because I've been out of practice. I need to get something. I'll be right back. Right, okay, so what I was going to say was my second work in progress is a knitting project, and a long time ago I made this poncho, and it is, I think it's called the Campside poncho, and I really like it, but I never ever wear it. But the yarn is really lovely. It's from John Arbon. I think it's the, I want to say the Devonia, but if you go onto my Ravelry project page, you can see it on there. But it's really gorgeous yarn. It's kind of this oatmeal, and it's got a few pinks and greys and blues and things like that in it. I never ever wear this. I love the yarn, but I never wear it. So I wanted to put it into something else. And a few weeks ago, my son Jack and his girlfriend Jen, they came down for a few days, and Jen was working on this shawl, and I was eyeing it up, and I thought, oh, I really like that. So I've decided that I would use the last skein that I had from this poncho. It wasn't a complete skein. I thought, I'm gonna start this shawl, and this shawl is called the Simply Curious Shawl by Helen Stewart, and I've got quite a bit done. So it's a really mindless, easy knit. That's what it's looking like. I really love it. This is something that I will wear a lot. So with the poncho, I'm not wearing that, but this I will wear quite a bit. So I am also making the Simply Curious shawl. It's a bit of a tongue twister because I know it's by Curious Handmade, which is Helen Stewart's kind of tag name. So I kind of want to amalgamate the two. It's a really simple pattern. It's really lovely, and I will get this finished, although Jen has overtaken me quite a lot. And the reason I haven't done any more on this recently is because I've got to unpick all of this in order to finish it. So I'm hoping that it's going to be fairly easy to undo. It's knit in pieces, that's the only thing. So it's going to be a bit of a faff to get it all undone, but I'll do it. So yeah, Simply Curious Shawl by Helen Stewart. I recommend the pattern. It's a really good beginner pattern, or it's one of those ones that if you want to sit down and you want to watch a podcast or a movie or something like that, you haven't got to think about it. It's brilliant. So that's a work in progress. Right, I also have cast on a new project, and I am making the Rabbity Hat by Mona Zyler. So can you see a theme here? Gone a bit rabbit mad in this house at the moment. I will pop a picture up here on the screen so you can have a look at it. But it's got these gorgeous trees and these bunnies, and I think there's two options. So this is the yarn I'm using, and you can see there's one bunny and there's another bunny. I think that's focusing okay. And then on the other side there's kind of these trees going on here. Oh, focus, there we go. So there's some trees there, and I'll show you again the bunnies just in case it didn't pick up last time. So yeah, this is using Jameson Smith. I don't know if I've got the colours here to show you. Let's have a look. So this one is in stone, and the other one is, I have no clue, but it's this lovely kind of heathery blue pink colour, and they go really, really nicely together. So yeah, so that's them. Oh, I've just found the tag for my Simply Curious Shawl, I think it's called. It was actually Viola from John Arbon. Viola, and it was in the colourway. That's not on here. I want to say Nobody Knows. As I said, if you go back to my Ravelry project page and look under the campside poncho, you'll find the yarn there. Okay, and the last thing I've been working on is my Dune blanket. I've been doing a little bit of crochet, not very much, but a little bit. But I'm getting a bit further on now. Just trying to find where I was last time. Oh, actually I've done quite a lot. So this marker here is where I was before. So I've done that much. Sorry, it's a little bit screwed up. It's yeah, it's been in a bag. So, but it's looking really, really nice. And I've got ends to weave in, and that is a kit that I got from Wool Warehouse, and it was the kit that the designer Attic24 actually used to design her shawl blanket. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that as well, and I think probably I'm going to change this up, and this one might actually go in here next time. Okay, so that is it for all my projects at the moment. So I haven't been doing a great deal, as I said, but I do feel like my mojo is coming back again, and yeah, I'm looking forward to casting on maybe a few new things. So I hope you're all keeping really well. We're all fine here, and yeah, life is just kind of ticking along quite nicely. So I will leave it there for now, and I'll see you soon. Until then, take care.